Karibu sana to the Market Blueprint by ForexSPV, and I'm your host, Saad Miraj. As always, with me is Mr. Wags, the man behind ForexSPV. Last week, we had a heavy one. We had the ongoing US government shutdown, no developments there. We had the RBNZ rate cuts in New Zealand, but we also had the Canadian employment data. But we had the highlight of the week, which was the Friday's risk-off moves, very crazy moves. So today we are going to break down and see fundamentally and technically what happened in the last week. And as always, the breakdown is with Mr. Wags, breaking down the market maker and the quota theory. We see the market maker and the quota theory were well respected last week. So karibu sana, Mr. Wags.
Asante sana. And it's true, last week gave us something to talk about today.
For sure. Yes. Let's start with the US government shutdown. We were told that the House gave 1 week for the parties to talk, and we have not seen any development so far. What should we expect, or what do you think about it?
Yes, ni sahihi kwamba US shutdown is still ongoing.
Yeah.
The Republicans are still looking for a budget cut, but the Democrats bado wanakazania kwamba huduma muhimu kama the healthcare subsidies bado ziendelee. Kwa bado hawajafikia makubaliano, na mpaka pale watakapofikia makubaliano ndipo US shutdown itaisha. Kwa currently the US shutdown is still going on, and this now has still fear in the markets. And we have seen even in the markets, people are dumping the risky assets and going for safe haven assets, but also the dollar itself has seen to become a bit mixed up. It regains strength, and on Friday weekend.
Hapo kuna mambo mengi sana ya kuzungumzia na tutaingia kwayo hapo mbeleni, lakini for now let's talk about the RBNZ rate cuts. The New Zealand Reserve Bank has announced the rate cuts this week, and we have seen that they have gone beyond what we expected as the traders' expectations. So what does this mean?
Yes, on Wednesday, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand gave out the official cash rates, and it was cut from 3% to 2.5%, and this cut of 50 basis points was huge compared to what people expected. People expected only a cut of 25 basis points. And with that, it did send a direct message to the market, and investors saw that the government of New Zealand is showing a weakness on the economy, and it was cheap to hold New Zealand. So for investors, it was cheap to hold New Zealand, so they dumped it. And we seen immediately after the news release, NZD ilisell, and we took some trades on NZD USD. Ilisell vizuri tu immediately, and after that throughout mpaka Ijumaa tumeona a big sell-off on the NZD pairs. Yeah.
Oh, so this time the fundamentals have aligned with the technicals.
Yes, this time the fundamentals are basically aligned with the technicals. So when we did our analysis on NZD, we saw that NZD would dump. So basically that is what happened immediately after the news release.
Okay. So let's talk about the Canadian jobs and employment data. Tumeona pia nao wametoa data zao na pia zimesababisha a certain reaction in the market. Hebu tuongee kidogo kuhusu hili.
Yes, on Friday we had the Canadian dollar unemployment rates and the employment data. Na data zilitoka nzuri sana. For Canada, we had plus 60,000 jobs, and the unemployment rate remained at 7.1%. So that data sent a very good message. Now immediately after the news release, tuliona CAD ikigain strength. But then when investors came to the detailed report of the data, ilionekana kwamba zile data, the jobs came from the public sector and part-time jobs, which in reality they do not go to stimulate the economy kama inavyotakiwa. and because of the risk off scenario ambayo ilikuwa Ijumaa, tuliona Canadian dollar ikija kuwa weak. So immediately after the Canadian dollar became strong, baadaye tukaona ikaja kuwa weak. Kwenye upande ya technical, tulikuwa tunaona GBP CAD ilikuwa ina intraday levels mbili, ilikuwa inategemea imalize intraday level ya 3 iende kwenye eneo ambalo ni support chini, ambalo ni pia kulikuwa ni large quarter point, na ndipo baada ya news tuliona GBP CAD ikienda kwenye hiyo large quarter, na immediately after reaching that level tulitegemea reverse, and that's what happened. GBP CAD reversed. Yes. The same for USD CAD. Tuliona kabisa USD CAD ina eneo la liquidity to cover, ita sell, and we saw a very big candle for sales. So that was also a very good sell. But then right on the New York session tuliona USD CAD ikija kubuy.
Yeah, lakini pia kama kuna wanaofuatilia pia watakuwa wanafahamu kwamba on Thursday morning tulifanya analysis ya the JPYs, and according to the analysis we expected the JPYs to drop. Tell us about that analysis. How did it play out?
So on Thursday morning during the live session that we have every day, tulifanya analysis na tukaona on the LFX JPY tuliona kabisa it was on a peak formation high. That means we expected for XX JPY pairs kama GBP JPY, Euro JPY ziwe pia kwenye peak na zisell. So we basically tukawa tuna align na hicho, kwa tukawa tuna angalia kusell Euro JPY, GBP JPY, CAD JPY, even USD JPY. And we saw on Thursday to sell Euro JPY together with Pound Yen, na zilisell vizuri. And on Friday we also took a sell on Euro JPY, NZD JPY, and it was a very good sell. So pia ilikuwa ni indication kwamba investors are selling off the carry trades and buying back the JPYs, which is a risk of scenario. Yeah, so technicals zilialign na fundamentals.
Yes. Now nakumbuka the last time tulivyokuwa hapa kuna swali tuliulizana na ukasema kwamba we will have to wait for the next week to confirm, na tulitaka kujua kwamba can we now really confirm kama tuko kwenye risk of situation right now. So with these moves za wiki hii, can we confirm that?
Okay, so tukiangalia on Friday, on Friday that was a full-blown risk-off scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, people were dumping risky pairs, the AUD, the NZD, the CAD, and people were buying back USD, were buying back JPY, and were buying back gold. So that was a clear risk-off scenario. Pia kwa upande wa stocks, the stock market was shaky just after the US shutdown, but on Friday, that's where we saw the real move. Stock market went down very, very hard. Tuliona big sell-off kwenye easy US 30, big sell-off kwenye S&P 500, big sell-off kwenye Nasdaq, and that was an indication that stock market was slumping. And so for now, we can say that for that scenario ya Friday, we are on the risk off.
So Mr. Wags, now that we have you here, for the sake of traders who are just joining us, unaweza ukaelezea kidogo unaposema risk on na risk off una maana gani?
So when we talk of risk on and risk off, when we talk of risk on, it simply means investors are ready to risk on the assets ambazo zinaonekana kwamba riskiness yake ni kubwa kuliko nyingine. Kwa kipindi hicho utaona assets kama AUD, these commodity currencies like AUD, NZD and Canadian zina buy, and they will drop off the safe haven assets kama the dollar, the Japanese yen. Lakini kwa upande wa risk off, hapo manake investors are trying to protect their capital, so they are not involving themselves with risky assets. Kwa hapo utaona wana dump this commodity currencies kama Audi, NCD and the Canadian dollar, wana buy back the safe haven assets. Utaona hapo the dollar, utaona the Japanese yen together with the gold zina buy. So that is simply means that when we talk of risk on, this is risk off.
Okay, sawa. Asante sana kwa hiyo, na nadhani kwa trader aliyetujoin atakushukuru pia kufahamu hilo kwa siku ya leo. Kwa traders wanaotufuatilia, what should be the key takeaways kwa wiki iliyopita?
So from last week, we can take 3 lessons out of it. The first lesson being when technical analysis and fundamental analysis align, that's where you get a good trade. Na tumeiona hiyo wiki hii kwenye trade ambazo tumezichukua kwenye Canadian dollar na Japanese yen. Pia sentiments siku zote zitabit data. Tumeona data ya unemployment rates na data ya the employment data iliyotoka Ijumaa ya Canadian dollar ilikuwa a very good data, but then investors walikuwa wana risk of mood. Moja kwa moja tuliona Canadian dollar ilikuja ku lose value kwa sababu investors wali drop off Canadian dollar. The third takeaway tunaweza tukaichukua from last week ni kwamba you should always stick to the structure. When the market maker method, the quarter theory tells you that price would go a certain direction, you just need to wait for the fundamentals to trigger it. You just need to stick to the structure and wait for the fundamentals to trigger it.
Beautifully said. So traders, remember, every candlestick tells a story, and every news must be read through the sentiments and market structure. Mr. Wags, as always, it's a pleasure having you here.
Asante sana, Saad. It's always a pleasure to share these insights with the community.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to catch us live in our trading room every Monday to Friday from 10 o'clock a.m. Also, if you want to be part of the action and not to miss out, remember to follow us at ForexSPV in YouTube, Instagram, and also on Telegram. Asante sana. Karibu sana.